Okay, for Apache Hive, we know that in the big data is not only just need to handle the big data or on the huge processing effort, but also we need to deal with the storage engine that can handle the huge file or huge data that came across from the heterogeneous sources and need to manage in one place together in the same time and in the single management system, and not only just work as data management system but also used for data warehouse and will be called or maybe will be produced as a data mart for analytic process in the future. So it's very important to know about what is the engine or method that exists for this purpose. So I introduce you the Apache Hive. Even in the big data, we have another options. Yeah, from the Hive itself, maybe we can use Pick also. Or we can so use HBase, Cassandra, MongoDB, and also another approach. Yeah. Why Hive is used because because this is one in the one in one ecosystem, so it's more easy to handle in the same or in the together. So and also it's have a lot of opportunity to explore. Yeah. So for Hive itself, actually you can search or you can learn by yourself in the sorry in the from the internet. You can just go to the Google and the Apache Hive. Yeah, you will see in here that Apache Hive is one of the project family of the Apache tool in the ecosystem of the Apache. So you can see like this is the website and then you can learn about it, and then I will explain based on our presentation that are already upload into our e-learning or and also C platform. So if we learn about Hive, actually, yeah, this is cool, I think, and the logo. The Apache Hive is state as data warehouse software, yeah, to facilitate the reading, writing, and managing large data set residing in distributed storage using SQL. So that's why Hive is very compatible with this part because it can be worked in the SQL format, yeah. Yeah, this is the open source project, so that's why it's very comfortable for us to learn about it, yeah. So that's why this will be very interesting, yeah. The Apache Hive itself is provide tool to enable easy access to data via Hive QL. We also have the query language actually, the Hive. So this is the core of the technology, I think, yeah, because we have call it option to do with the processing of data, and then it's provide the structure on variety of data format, and then can be stored in the Apache HDFS, yeah, also in the HBase, yeah, using the user-defined function, using SQL-like queries, yeah, and then this is very interesting because Hive store metadata, is embed Apache 30 databases, yeah, so that will be very interesting. And then also have the indexing to improve the speed of the query lookup in the column in the tables. Yeah. So actually, Hive have competitors in the code. Yeah, we call it the PIC. PIC is also one of the type of the data warehouse engine. Same with Hive, but you can see in here see this is the difference. So actually, when we using to choose PIC or Hive, we can see the consideration in here. Yeah, PIC is data flow language, yeah, but Hive is declarative language. Yeah, PIC is used for programming, but mainly Hive mostly for creating reports. So according to your purpose, actually, yeah, PIC is best for semi-structured data, mostly close to unstructured data, but Hive is best for structured data. And PIC does not have any metadata databases, and scheme is defined while loading the data, but Hive defined table scheme before store scheme information in database. Yeah, PIC is there is no web interfaces, but Hive have the web interfaces. Yeah, this is the problem. Pig doesn't support JDBC, so we need the transformation from the data sources before we go to the Pig. But in Hive, we can directly using the JDBC. And then the Pig scheme is created implicitly, but in the Hive explicitly. Yeah, and then suitable for programmer and researcher, but Hive is suitable for data analysis. Yeah. So that's why we in the big data course, in this course, I'm using the Hive because actually it's supporting for you for analytic the next process after the midsem later, yeah, with Pak Edi Wibowo. And then pick Hadoop component operate on the client side of any cluster, but Hive Hadoop component operate on the server side of any cluster. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the, but also the Hive is also have limitation. Yeah, because Hive is not designed for online transactional processing. So you cannot use the online, not online, real-time processing. Yeah, it's only using for online analytical processing. Yeah, and Hive support overwriting data, but not update and delete. So in Hive, we cannot do the update and delete. Yeah, just overwriting. In Hive, subquery is not supported. There is no insert into table value. You can only load data using book load. And there is no delete from command, and you can only do the book delete. Yeah. So that's typical of the Hive. Yeah. So that's why it's very it's important. The Hive is actually for reporting. And this is the interface. Yeah, we have the web interfaces. Also, you can access using the command line interfaces or using the GUI. Yeah, this is. And for the client application, you can use the Hive Trade Client, Squirrel SQL. You can use the Microsoft SL, but you need to have the Hive ODBC driver. You need the Hive JDBC driver, and then you have the Hive Trade server. And in here, we have Hive driver. We have Metastore for collecting the metadata, and then you have the Apache DB as main engine of the Hive itself. Yeah. This is the framework resource management for MapReduce or Yarn. So Hive is run on top of the MapReduce, yeah, actually. So to run, you just need to download the Hive, and then you will have the Hive folder, and then yeah, you can see the to set the Hadoop to have the to get the configuration on the Hive configs, yeah. Especially for running the Hadoop, yeah. So Hive will be very close work with the Hadoop, so that's why the requirement is like Hive is always work on top of Hadoop. Yeah. So that will be very important for you to understand, yeah. And then you can create Hive file configuration, and then have Metastore warehouse, and then yeah, you can launch the Hive, yeah. So this is the Hive clients. When using the Hive client for especially using the command line, you can use the Linux terminals, yeah. And then you will have the Hive in here, and then you can see in here to create the database. It's simple. It's same like in the ordinary databases. You need to create table, and then let's see. If you have the create database like this one, just you will have like a database. Yeah, it's very simple, I think. And then the unique of Hive, you can see here is location, because it's like a warehouse, data warehouse. It's not like placing all table in the same time in the same place. Yeah, but this is like placing a file or table in the place. Yeah, so this will be the the difference of the warehouse. So if you have this one, so you will have a lot of like independent table or databases that exist in the warehouse. Yeah, so that will be the differentiation of the Hive. Yeah. So if you want to drop, yeah, you can drop the file. Yeah, so you can alter also. It's actually the same. Yeah. And then what else? The type. This is the data type of the Hive, as you can see, a lot of data type we can use. Map also can be insert and etc. And yeah, this is like more complex for create table in Hive, yeah. So you can see in here, yeah. Yeah, I think it's very simple. And then in the Hive, will have a text file, sequence file, record columnar file, optimize row file, and so on. Yeah, and in the Hive, actually, when we have this, how we read and write record on the Hive, actually is based on the HDFS file. Yeah. So because it's run on top of the HDFS, so if we have a reading process, yeah, using the serializers, and then writing rows or writing section using the serializer. Yeah, so like encryption and decryption and so on, something like that. Yeah, it's simple, same. Because if we have the record will be, if we bring the record, so it's actually the process is from the input format from the HDFS file, and another way from the record, if we want to write, so will be the output format and go to the HDFS file. Yeah, so that's the the Hive. So, and yeah, that's the very important things. And then we also have the minutes table. Yeah, if we have to create an external table, we can use that one because it is data warehouse. So we doesn't need to have all table in the internal side of our system, but somehow we can combine from the external side. Yeah, so just, but the difference is from the declaration in here, because we're using the create external tables. Yeah, and the rest is same. Yeah, and then you can see here definition is store as text file. So from like a further side of the file system, it is like a list of file, the table. So in the Hive will be formed like that one. Yeah. Okay, so that will be the interesting one. And then we in the Hive, we also have the Hive DML, or the Hive data manipulation language. Yeah, so it will be used for example, for load data. Yeah, so we can show the content of the table, that the form the table is like a file, and then we can use the load data, and then we will have the list of the content of the data. Yeah, actually it is like same like in the database, the ordinary databases, but the form of database is using the data warehouse concepts. Yeah, and we also have partitioning. Yeah, using the partitioning, we have a two, static and dynamic partitioning. Actually it's used for to divide a huge of data into several partition, so it will be more easy to manage and to query the data. Yeah, the impact if we have a more faster query from unpartitioned data. Yeah, so we can use this one, load the data also from into the partitions. Yeah, so we can do that one. Yeah. So that's will be the scheme. Okay. Okay, so that is the work of the Hive. So hopefully from the introduction you can understand that most of the uh, storage engine in the big data is work in the in the data warehouse engine, yeah, that implement in the Hive. And you can see in the peak also is also do the same things, but in the different approach, but actually in the same way, using the data warehouse. So the question is, if we have a common databases like MySQL, or maybe Oracle, for example, or PostgreSQL, for example. So if we have that one, actually we can use also into the big data environment, but yeah, but we need to set up the database into data warehouse mode. Yeah, if we can do that one, I think there is no problem to using the ordinary data. But of course, you need to learn about how to configure the common database into data warehouse. Yeah. Actually, after we have the data warehouse, and then you will do the query things using the ETL or another approach based on your platform to result to have a data mart, yeah, the collection of data in the analytic processes. Yeah.